New at 5:30, President Donald Trump met privately with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House today.
On social media, the president said it was a very good meeting and says he insisted negotiations with Iran continue as the U.S. pushes for a nuclear deal. Brian Abel reports.
In the midst of negotiations between the U.S. and Iran, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu coming to the White House today to meet with President Donald Trump on short notice to inject Israel's interests into negotiations. Netanyahu making his way from nearby Blair House to the South Lawn here of the White House around 11 this morning, marking the sixth face-to-face meeting with President Trump on U.S. soil since the start of Trump's second term. Also greeting Netanyahu, people just outside of Blair House protesting his Gaza policies. Before making the trip, the Prime Minister said this of his journey. I will present the President with our views regarding the essential principles of the negotiations. Principles that, in our eyes, are vital not only for Israel, but for anyone in the world who desires peace and security in the Middle East. That work began even before today's meeting between the two world leaders, as U.S. Middle East Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner met with Netanyahu after his Tuesday arrival in D.C., an arrival that was originally scheduled for a week later, but pushed forward at Netanyahu's request after seeing Trump appear to make a 180 on Iran, signaling just weeks ago that a strike on Iran could happen at any moment. Now turning to a diplomatic route to try to get Iran to agree to a nuclear and ballistic missiles reduction deal while keeping military pressure on the regime with a carrier strike group in the region. Israeli sources say Netanyahu plans to share with President Trump intelligence on Iran's nuclear capabilities, but also discuss potential military options with the U.S. president against Iran. One of the sources said Israel remains skeptical that negotiations between the U.S. and Iran will succeed, but Netanyahu is working to ensure Israeli interests are protected. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.